Hello guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play episode. And today we are going to be building a Minecraft drowned farm for 1.21 upwards. It's gonna get us a bunch of tridents, even though I already have 2 tridents. But the main thing I'm looking for is nautilus shells. Yes, that's the word I was looking for, nautilus shells. I need nautilus shells just because I want to make a conduit in the next episode. So yeah, I'm going to be building a Minecraft drowned farm, and here are all the resources. Now this Minecraft drowned farm it's expensive in the sense that you need a lot of blocks. I had to prepare 4 shulker boxes worth of stone and a lot of signs. That's the main thing, is that although it doesn't require any kind of expensive resources, it's very expensive in the amount of blocks you need. So yeah. And another thing is that we are going to need to build this farm in a river biome. So let's go straight to the build site. So this farm is designed by a YouTuber called Mortings. I just googled Minecraft drowned farm 1.21, and there are many different designs, but I selected the Mortings design because I feel like it's probably the one that fits my needs the best, because of the fact that it's so cheap, because you don't need any kind of expensive resources. And that's the build side, this river biome right here. So I'll just kind of set a little bit of an... Ooh, there's a cave here. That's not very good. And this is where we are going to need to build our farm. So let's just go straight. Let's just get straight into it, I guess. So yeah, the first thing I need to do is of course try to find the middle. And I don't know where the middle is, but I think I can just kind of eyeball it. I'm gonna say it's right here. This is the middle. And now I'm just gonna tower up all the way till I reach. And I can see a drown right there. Get away from me. Now the reason why we need to build this farm in the river is because the river is the best biome for spawning drowns. It's kind of weird. You would expect it to be the ocean, but it's actually the river. Oh, there are some parrots. There are so many parrots. I can't get them right now. I'm gonna get them later. But yeah, as I was saying, we need to build this farm in the river biome, because river biome is where drowned spawn rates are highest. So yeah, and we're gonna need to pillar up really high. Now honestly, I think the pillaring up, I could just do it in a time lapse, and this video is gonna be very time lapse heavy because this farm is actually really easy to do. So yeah, let's get straight into a time lapse of me building the drowned farm. Let's go! And so now that I have built up very high, as you can see after this little time lapse, I've also set base. And one other thing you may notice is why do I only have 7 levels? Yes, I died. I'll show you the replay. Yeah, basically I was flying down, and I was kind of an idiot, and I crashed into the ground and lost all my levels. And that's kind of annoying, because I had 111 levels, but yeah, that's annoying. But now the next thing I need to do is build a very tall tube. So I need to build a 22 block tall tube. And I'm also going to start building the foundation for the big spawn chamber. And I'll all do that in a time lapse, because it's very monotonous and there's not much to talk about, because it's basically just a big tube, and then I've got a couple of wings and then a big block in the middle. So yeah, let's get straight into the time lapse, I guess. Let's go. Hello there, so it's me from the time lapse talking to you right now, and as you can see I am currently starting the tube. So this tube needs to be 22 blocks tall, because what I'm doing with this bit is that the drowns are going to fall 22 blocks, and so when they fall they're only going to have one heart left. So then I could just single hit all the drowns. So that's the logic behind why I needed such a long tube. It's basically just so that I can one hit all the drowns. And now I'm building some long arms, and that's because the entire farm is gonna be a giant square. So yeah, as you can see, I'm currently building the frame of that square and everything. But yeah, I don't really have much to talk about in this time lapse. It's quite a short time lapse. I've actually not done many of these like replay mod time lapses with talk over, and as you can see I did a little bit of a cut because I'm quite a beginner with replay mod, and I accidentally paused the replay and forgot to resume. But yeah, as you can see I'm just fading in and out of replays, and as you can see I'm nearly done with the first part of the farm, the first frame. So yeah, now I'm gonna go back to real-time me. Okay. So as you can see, I've now started the foundation for the large structure. So this is going to be the spawning chamber. It's going to be much bigger than this. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of water in it. But what I have to do now is the collecting area, which is right here. So there's going to be water flowing and flowing until the drowns fall down here. And what I have to do is put a million signs right over here. So I'm going to do that in a time lapse, but I kind of paused the time lapse so you can see my progress, and I think the rest of the farm is all going to be a time lapse, just because after that the rest of the farm is basically just a giant box, and that's not very interesting to see, and I can explain it in the time lapse. So yeah, I guess it's time to go into time lapse. It's time for signception, sign madness. Let's go. So this is now the second time lapse me, and as you can see now I'm continuing the farm, and the first thing I'm doing, as you can see, is tediously just adding a bunch of signs. It was actually really boring to do, and the reason I need to add all these signs is that on top there's going to be flowing water, and I need to stop the water from going down here, because you're gonna see in a couple seconds, maybe not, yeah, in a couple seconds you're gonna see I'm gonna add water that flows into the middle. I love how I'm using my cursor to try to point, but you guys can't see. But yeah, as you can see I've already added the water. So yeah, at the top there's going to be even more water, and I need to prevent the water flows from mixing together. And now it's time to do the very arduous and very boring step, which is basically encasing everything in a giant box, and it is a very big box. It is 67 blocks tall, I think. It's gigantic, and it's so boring. It took me over an hour to do all of that, and it's so mundane. I watched like videos on the side, but yeah, that's really boring. But I'm actually really happy about this new format of using like replay mod to make time lapses, because now the time lapses look much more interesting. Though you did see there was a little bit of a weird cut, and that's because for some reason, like every time I make a replay that's more than 1 minute long and render it, then the game just crashes. So I've just found a workaway, which is basically making a bunch of replays and rendering them separately and linking them, but it's a little bit glitchy. But yeah, it's now, I think I'm going to leave you guys with some music now, so enjoy the music! So the time lapse has now been completed. As you can see, I've built a giant ugly box. It is very big and very ugly, and it's made of pure stone. Honestly, I would have done something else that's not stone, but stone was the most accessible. But yeah, very ugly. No, I'm trying to reach. The next thing I need to do is fill the entire thing with water. So I'm gonna need to make sure the we need to make like a roof and put a bunch of ice, break the ice or let the ice melt, and everything is just gonna fill the entire room with water. And I must not lie, yeah, this entire box took over an hour to make, which is really annoying. And yeah, so yeah, 67 layers of stone. That is kind of insane, and we are very high up. We're at like Y 294. Yeah, we're quite high up. We can see the entire world. But yeah, ugly box, but I'm nearly done with the actual farm. So yeah, there's only one last time lapse left to go, and I'm going to be basically complete with the farm. So yeah, very easy farm, but very expensive farm. So let's get into the very last time lapse now. Let's go. And now this is the very last time lapse me. I've been going through quite a few time lapses so far, but yeah, this last time lapse is basically completing the farm by adding all of the water. And by the way, for the water, it needs to be flowing downwards so that the drowns are naturally pulled down. And whenever you've got to work with a lot of water, always remember about ice, because oh my goodness, it was such a breeze just melting the ice. Imagine having to manually use water buckets for all of that. That would have been so boring. And I just ended up mining the ice because it took quite a while to melt. So yeah, and now the entire farm is basically ready. The last thing is basically adding a roof made of slabs so that mobs don't spawn. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this farm, and I'll be back in the non-time lapse me, I guess. Goodbye. Hi guys, so I'm back now from the time lapse, and as you can see, I have completed the farm. I can now use the farm. So yeah, drowns fall down right here, and I've actually done a little bit of a drown farming. Look at how much stuff I've already got. I've got 3 tridents already, quite a bit of copper, some nautilus shells, and some rotten flesh. So yeah, this farm is it's not necessarily the most efficient, but it's definitely the easiest in the sense that it's basically just a bunch of blocks. It's a giant box. If you want to see like what it's like, look at that. It's a giant, it's a huge box, I must not lie. But yeah, it's very easy to build, and very not necessarily cheap because you need a lot of blocks, but very easy to build. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, this farm. I'll be using it a little bit more. I'm gonna try to get more tridents, but most importantly more nautilus shells, because currently I've only got 14. Ooh, look, there we go. I can use it, and I got some copper. But yeah, big shout out to Mortings for designing this farm. Very good design, very simple designs, and yeah, I highly recommend you build this in your farm if you want tridents and other drowned related things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. I guess I'm gonna continue using the farm, and yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do in the next episode, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, goodbye.